Hey kids, Blackie Ray here with middle of the week Star Magazine. And as you know, folks, I do love the entertainment industry, and I try to stay away from the absolute worst of tabloid stuff. In Star, you're kind of guilty sometimes, you guys, with some kind of really messed up stuff here. You say whatever you want about people, regardless of whether it's true or not. I mean, really, that's my whole thing. If you're gonna say something about somebody, at least make it true. At least if you're gonna, dish the truth. But sometimes, the truth is not what is entertaining to people. It's the lies. But anyway, you guys, let's see. This is a really bad one too, dude. February 17th, this Ellen and Portia's $220 million divorce. Jealousy, fighting, drinking. Portia storms out after nasty showdown while Ellen is faking it for her fans. Portia tells friends she feels like a prisoner. Portia's ring is off, people. Off. That's my whole thing is I love Ellen. I'm a huge fan. I would hate to see, hopefully this is just one of those horrible tabloid lies that is completely not true and not based in any kind of reality at all. Because there's a lot of this hat is really irritating me. I'm not gonna wear it through the rest of this thing here. It's just really kind of irking Blackie a little here. I'm sorry, Blackie Ray. Oh, I love that. I can't get tired of saying it. Anyway, all right. Star Magazine. Let's get down to business here. Oh man, Rob Kardashian is just like getting bigger and bigger. It's just getting crazy. How are you going to the gym and like getting bigger? It's just crazy. And the crazy thing is that this is the kind of like weight gain that comes from, I guess, extreme inactivity. Like, the guy was a fairly normal looking guy just a year ago, like what the hell. Anyway, alright, apparently Ashton's party band. Apparently Ashton Kutcher is like host parties right on set of places where he works, where people just kind of do what they want, and apparently he's getting banned or something like that. It is kind of like, dude, my whole thing is, it's one thing to have a good time. It's another thing to just be too loud. I hate when people in the apartment complex are just too, bloody hell. I'm right underneath you. Like, dude, this is not a house. You're not out in the country. You're loud as hell. I cannot stand loud music. Anyway, sorry to give you the grumpy old man for a second. Alright, OC on the rocks. Let's see here. Just like his beauty conscious cast, this Housewives of Orange County is in need of a facelift. Let's see. The season they're filming is flatlining. Let's see. Gretchen Rossi. They're asking Gretchen to rejoin the cast. Okay, yeah. I can understand that. I'm not a big fan of the show, but I have to say, of the ones that I know of, I kind of like Gretchen. Well, I don't really like her. I don't know anything about her. She was just probably one of the better looking ones. That's how you can judge them. I don't watch the show. Who am I to say Orange County Housewives? Alright, Katie Couric and Giada De Laurentiis. Two people I don't really like. I like it. I was a fan where it was a time where I was a big Katie Couric fan, and then I don't know. Then I don't know. She just kind of I don't know. Maybe I just kind of am a fickle. Maybe I just kind of was one of those things. I just stopped liking her just because I stopped liking her. And Giada, I've never really been a big fan of. I feel like, she's a good cook and everything. It's just charisma-wise, I'm more a Rachel Ray type person. All right, let's see here. See, Star Magazine is just like stuff going on, and then the worst thing ever you can say about somebody. And again, Helen Mirren with that awesome twerk stance. You want to talk about killing it with that old booty. Let's see here. Then a lot of this stuff we've talked about in your Us Weekly, the Full House reunion. great stuff to see. Fallon with the full house. The best one I saw was the Fallon thing. I don't know. Then the commercial, the yogurt commercial was good too. Let's see. It's the Miley Cyrus and Madonna Unplugged. Chris Hemsworth busting the Thor stance at the Japanese premiere of Thor: The Dark World. That's something I would enjoy doing. Like, if I were a celebrity, I would love to go and do something like Japanese related, and hopefully I would have Japanese fans, because they really get down on pageantry and like putting on a good show, and it's just visually fun to watch. Like, I love people who put on a good visual show. Nothing like it. Let's see here. Yeah, I love Us Weekly. Did I say that? Can I read? Star, y'all are okay. Let me stop bashing you while I read it. I did spend the money to buy one, and then I'm gonna like talk trash about it. But the fashion stuff is kind of on the little mundane. It's just not. I mean, it's nothing really standoutish about it. Really. All right. Let's see. Queen Latifah is caught marriage bug. She's about to marry longtime girlfriend Ebony Nichols. I feel like marriage is like one of those things that is, be very careful. Like, just because you, well, I don't know, man. It's conditional. Then there's times where, like, you know what? Whole nother video. Let's see here. All right. Oh yeah, and the Portia and Ellen thing. Headed for divorce. Portia's not wearing a ring in public. That sucks. Like, what? And then they say basically that Ellen is in a position of more or less buying her love as is. So, bloody hell, man. You know, that really sucks. They look like they would been, you know, together a long time, good married kind of couple. But sometimes that's you know, the worst thing for the marriage is the fact that it is such a long time thing, and the monotony is the worst thing about it. Sorry, I keep venturing off into that issue again. I really need to save it for another issue. I've never been married. I'm not married, never been married. So I really can only speculate. Again, whole nother video. Man, my hair is just not, I'm sorry to Uncle Jesse on you guys, but just want to make sure it looks right in the video. That I don't like when it starts stringy like that. But it's no good. Alright. And okay, this is the craziest thing. I mean, as far as my job, politics come with it. You know, there's some bosses that have really crazy, just outlandish kind of demands. I've heard this of a lot of celebrities. They say that Ellen more or less jokes around with only she jokes around with the producers on camera, but she only speaks to 2 of her producers. The rest of the staff is instructed to never to look at or speak to her, says the on-set source. If they do, they will be fired. Like, that's just insane. Like, I could understand, like, if you're in public, it's the irritation of people just coming and approaching you just like they know you. Just, you know, it really can get really annoying. But to the degree of making a work environment where you don't allow people to look at you or approach, oof, creepy. It's just, come on, dude. Seriously? I would never do that to somebody. I would never, ever hold somebody in some weird conditions like that. Philip Seymour Hoffman, he knew he would die. My thing with the Philip Seymour Hoffman thing is, like, they've been trying, it sounds like they really tried to take this whole thing out on his dealers or whatever. What? I mean, don't get me wrong. They, you know, it's illegal. You need to, you know, suffer the consequence for having, you know, dealt an illegal drug. But his death is ultimately not the dealer's fault. Like, he had been in and out of this thing apparently. And usually when it's hard drugs like that, this is how it ends, you know. That's the truth of it. Like, look at how many celebrities that we've seen in just the past, you know, 20 some odd years. You know, if it's addiction to hard drugs, usually it's death from addiction to hard drugs. Oh, man. Yeah, there's like Star Magazine is just it's almost like instead of saying the absolute worst, they go to the edge and they come back, and then as they come back, it's just kind of like lame stuff here. Renee Graziano, my wife stars, talks about fighting with her co-stars and sneaking meatballs into prison. All right, Vampire Academy, Rachel Mead's best-selling young adult novel. I could really get into some movies if they weren't based on young adult novels. It's just something about that whole thing. It just kind of turns me off about it. It's like I would get into it, but for that fact. I don't know. Maybe it's you know, I got a grumpy old man inside of me. I really want to see the Monuments Men. It looks really good, crazy good looking cast. John Goodman, Clooney, Bill Murray, of all people. I know it's gonna be good, dude. Seriously. Brad Damon. Let's see. George Clooney co-wrote, directed, and stars in this World War II action World War action drama based on a true story. It plays an art history professor who puts together a group of experts to try to find masterpieces stolen and hidden by the Nazis. They're an unlikely warriors, aging scholars with no military experience who must brave bullets to find these paintings and sculptures before they're destroyed. The colorful group includes Matt Damon, Bill Murray, Hugh Bonneville, Jean Durandine, John Goodman, and Balaban, also plus Kate Blanchett, a French art historian who becomes their ally. Some of these scenes are tense, recovering a missing Michelangelo sculpture that never builds a big climax. Still, a great cast makes the most of its moments on screen. Is this a Coen Brothers thing? If it is, that would explain it. The Coen Brothers have this thing where it's like sometimes they just, you know, they build up to something that you kind of didn't want it to build up to, or it builds up to, for lack of a better way of saying it, nothing. But great style of writing. I absolutely love Coen Brothers movies. I grew up watching them. Raising Arizona was one of the best movies I ever saw in my life. I was hooked on Coen Brothers from then on. But anyway, okay, J.K. Rowling, what's she talking about? More than 6 years after the book's series' final installment, Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling recently confessed that Hermione should have ended up with Harry instead of Ron, calling them a better match. Okay. I didn't read the Harry Potter books. I'm sorry, so if I messed up something, then sorry, guys. Anyway, I'll be in later this week with a Star magazine, because obviously, Star, not another Star. This wasn't very good, and I'm thinking the whole Ellen divorce thing is just a complete lie, cover story lie thing. Anyway, I'll be in with a Star magazine. Oh God, I keep saying it. And Us Weekly. And of course, it'll be a lot better than this whole deal. But I bought this today at Food Line. This People magazine celebrates the 90s. I may do a video on this. If this is good, it looks like it's going to touch on a lot of good things. Seinfeld, Spice Girls, Macaulay Culkin. Not Ally McBeal. I wasn't a big Ally McBeal fan at all. Whitney Houston, Alicia Silverstone, and of course, one of my favorites, Lady Di herself. I need to do a Lady Di video. I was a big Lady Di person in the 90s. I was really hoped to have met her at some point in my lifetime. I was really crushed when the night she died or whatever. Anyway, looks like it may form out to a good video, but I will catch you guys later this week with a Us Weekly. Blackie Ray, and I'm out.